game number 2 here of a best of 3. Game 1 ended rather abruptly. And let's take a look and get the introductions done. Spawning in the lower left-hand position, the green Zerg player, Dignitas Tefel. And his opponent to the lower right, the orange Zerg player representing Skillforge, Senin. Tefel, well, Tefel, he was in an alright spot that first game. He had a massive Roach army up against a very small Roach Hydra force. Had the gold base over the normal third. He had a lot of good advantages and just pushed out a bit of a tough spot. There may have been a small window where Senin could have done well, but Tefel just hit before that. So, game number 2. What can we expect? To be honest, what we saw in game number 1 shows they're both pretty happy going for a more standard game. Tefel did like using his lings just to harass, try and get a little bit of damage down, try and be slightly awkward. Managed to pick off, I believe it was like 5 drones, a queen, and that's not an insignificant amount of damage done there, so nice work by Tefel. Senin in this game needs to potentially look to be a bit less greedy than he was before. That first map he was very bold, teched and upgraded aggressively, meaning that he was somewhat sacrificing his overall unit count early on, which can run in some problems. Anyway, Tefel at the moment, going pull into hatch yet again. Meanwhile, Senin, he switched up his build a bit. He's going hatch, pull, playing it slightly different compared to before. And yeah, this is all going pretty good for both of them. They're both getting their normal builds down. Tefel adding in a gas, not an insanely early gas. We'll wait to see whether or not Senin decides to go gasless or with gas. Frost is definitely the sort of map you can opt to go gasless on. You get creep spread over to here relatively quick, so you can start looking to add in your wall off with the Evo, Roach 1 or double Evo if you really need to be safe. Tefel, he's going to have the earlier queen out, earlier Zergling speed, so he does have some more map presence, does have a slightly higher lava production rate for the moment, but he's also delayed on his natural base. Still going to keep a peek on anything they're doing. Nope. Neither... Oh, actually, no, they do know where they were spawning. These two overlords have bumped heads. They've pulled down the other overlords, so they're aware. But haven't actually managed to see anything as of yet. Tefel about to hit enough gas in order to get Zergling speed down. And then what we're really looking for is whether or not he keeps 3 drones, 2 drones, or no drones in gas. And that can be a big tell. 1 drone in gas is just trickle amounts. Not aggressive baneling play, probably not even defensive baneling play. Just looking to keep it coming in because he is saturated on minerals here. May decide to add in some more momentarily just in order to get some roaches down, maybe some defensive baneling play. Meanwhile, Senin just adding in his first 2 gases here. He's been playing this gasless and everything, it's all doing good. Tefel, still getting pushed back. Can't actually kill that overlord particularly easily. 3rd and 4th queen also coming down from Senin here. Whenever you go gasless, you are going to be seeing those 4 queens. You need it for the added security, the ability to wall off. Obviously, you can get down the double Evo chambers quickly. Add in there the 2 queens, and you're going to be safe. Tefel now does have the baning nest. He's put drones back in gas, also getting up a spine. Due to seeing the spine here, I don't feel it's particularly likely that we're going to be seeing Tefel get... He's got quite a few lings though. Okay, I was going to say Tefel not going to go ultra aggressive, but he's got 14 lings. The reason he still may not is because actually Tefel quite often gets out 14 lings at around this mark. Going to try and get some damage down though. With the 2 queens there adding... Oh no, there's a gap. They went on hold command. This is huge. Down goes 1 queen. The 2nd queen could very easily die here. More possibly about to fall. Senin frantically trying to make some Zerglings. He needs to make sure that these queens stay alive. Tefel pulling some more of the lings round. He wants to try and get the maximum amount of damage he can. If you can kill off another queen, that is fantastic. Should be able to get it down. If all 4 queens die, it's disastrous. 1 should survive, but already the inject's being missed. This is hurting the production of Senin massively. Not re-injected is natural. This queen does have enough energy to do it, so should hit it off. There we go. Good. Can also go up into the main. 50 energy there, so can transfuse the main. Inject the main as well. But all in all, that was fantastic for Tefel. Even though he only lost a little bit less in overall resources, being able to deny the injects is so important. It makes an absolutely massive difference to the overall income. Interestingly, we got 1-1 melee attack coming through here for Senin, who's pumping a lot more Zerglings, but he did opt to get a Roach Warren down. So I'm excited to see what he's got planned with this. Meanwhile, Tefel, Baneling Nest coming back down. He cancelled the one in his main. He's got his Roach Warren there. He's adding in +1 missiles. And this is going to be a pretty cool situation to get in. Third base taking quite a chunk of damage now. Going to be forced to cancel, but at least it was cancelled. And Tefel should start his own now off the back of this. So again, Tefel, he's sitting in a pretty good spot. But this is a lot of speedlings. Tefel should know that these are a lot of speedlings. Can he get out some defensive banelings? It's pretty much what he's got to do now. Against this many speedlings, will he have enough roaches? It's gonna be close, but probably not to save this third. A cancel, gonna 100% be forced. Roaches, still waiting. More banelings morphing in. If the baneling hits are good, that's when actually this push gets shut down. If the banelings are denied or this push doesn't move in, it's going to be a bit more of a problem. Before come the roaches. Once the roach count starts climbing more, it's going to be good. Speedlings though very active on the map. The banelings still around, still being quite irritating, zoning a lot of these lings out. And with so many banelings, they can just flat out zone away these Zerglings. Couple getting split up, but Tefel going on the offensive. This third base, he doesn't want that to be a thing. He may actually go straight for the natural. Looks like that is his plan. His banelings are quite a long way out, keeping a couple back at home in case there was a counter-attack. But he's got more with his army as well. The baneling detonation's coming through. There's some massive ones there. That was a fantastic engagement for Tefel, getting the hits that he needed. His roach is now pushing in. They've got +1 missile attack. The defensive position is going to be rather tough. Additional evolution chambers thrown into the mix, just attempting to block out these roaches before come the banelings. Not detonating yet. They're going to be targeting those drones, dealing the economic damage. Straight through they go. Some great trades coming in from these banelings. So many drones die. 15 dead, and Tefel is marching forward towards victory. He may not win with this push. There should be enough roaches for Senin to stop this, but what does he do off the back of it? That's the real question. He's sitting at 12 roaches to 20. 25 drones to 45. Sure, his third hatch is up, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it will be. It's going to be ridiculously hard for Senin to make this work now. Tefel doesn't have a third, but he's committing to this aggression, and his roach count is now 10 greater than that of his opponent. The only advantage that Senin really has in actually the fights is the fact that he's got +1 carapace, but in roach on roach, that makes a negligible difference. Couple more shots coming through now. Tefel just clumping straight up on this. His concave is nowhere near as good, but his roach is just clumped up so well. GG is called, and Tefel pulls out an amazing counter attack to take this series 2-0.